In lane 3, representing the city of Leicester, Alyssa Lowe. Lane 4, from the city of Leicester, Darcy Platts. In lane 5, swimming for Corby, Bo Cunningham. In lane 6, representing the city of Leicester, Francesca Harrison. Lane 7, from Bassett Law, Jennifer Walker. And lane 8, representing Repton, Jasmine Varses. The final of the female 11-16 400-meter freestyle. Referee. And away we go then. Junior 400-meter freestyle final underway. So 100 meters down then. Fastest qualifier in this one is Darcy Platts, 4:38.04. But there are 4 athletes all swimming in the 4:38s in the heats. And that would be Alyssa Lowe in lane 3, Darcy Platts in lane 4, Bo Cunningham in 5, and Francesca Harrison in lane number 6. All clocked 4:38 points in the heats. So far, it is Alyssa Lowe in lane number 3 who has made a fast start. Coming to the midway mark then. Lowe of the city of Leicester, leading by 2 seconds over Darcy Platts and Lydia Caudle. And Alyssa Lowe looking very strong at this stage as she'll turn this time with 150 meters to go. Nearest challenge at the moment is coming from Lydia Caudle in lane 2 and Darcy Platts in lane number 4. Phoebe Adams has had a good last 100 meters there. Northampton swimmer in lane number 1. And Alyssa Lowe with a beautiful long stroke, very efficient, very smooth, cutting through the water like a hot knife through butter. Caudle and Platts still in lanes 2 and 4 giving chase, as is Adams in 1. And now lane 6 is Francesca Harrison joining the party with 100 to go. And into the final 30 meters of this junior 400-meter freestyle final. Lydia Cordell mounting another challenge late on, as she has done all weekend in these finals. Can Alyssa Lowe hold on? 10 meters remaining then. Alyssa Lowe in lane number 3. Lydia Cordell fighting hard, but it will be Alyssa Lowe from the city of Leicester, from Lydia Cordell. And Darcy Platts takes the bronze. Let's move on to our senior 17 years and over 400-meter freestyle final. In lane number 1, representing Nova Centurion, Jessica Cater. In lane 2, from Repton, Madison Emmett. Lane 3, representing Derby XL, Lucy Cadden. Lane 4, from Repton, Jessica Smelt. In lane 5, City of Lincoln Pentaquas, Alexandra Boulat. Lane 6, Nova Centurions, Olivia Kingsland. In lane 7, from the city of Leicester, Abby Mitchell. And lane number 8, representing Repton, Eleanor Broughton. The final of the 17 years and over 400-meter freestyle. So the fastest qualifier then, lane 4's Jessica Smelt, 3 seconds faster than the next nearest 2, Lucy Cadden in lane 3 and Alexandra Boulat in lane number 5. Pretty even down the first 50 though. And Boulat in lane 5, as she did in the heats, trying to take this one out from the front. Nothing between any of the swimmers in lanes 1 to 7 down the first 100. Maybe just feeling each other out a little bit, seeing if anyone's going to make a move. But first to the wall is lane 4, Jessica Smelt. 1/10 of a second ahead of Lucy Cadden in 3 and Alexandra Boulat in lane number 5. Once again, no mean feat to qualify for any of these finals. Remember, it's the top swimmers from the East Midlands, Nottinghamshire, Derbyshire, Leicestershire, Northants and Lincolnshire. And this is the senior final, so 17 years and over. A huge field of athletes to choose from. So even just to qualify for these regional finals is an achievement in itself. As Jessica Smelt now hits the front. Coming to the halfway point, she's half a body length ahead now of Boulat in lane number 5. Olivia Kingsland of Nova Centurion in lane 6, going very well as well. Generally speaking, Kingsland has got a very strong back half of the race, but she turns just about in second place. There's the athlete from Nova Centurion. Jessica Smelt, though, looking very calm, very collected, very efficient. Hugging on to the lane line on the left as she approaches the flume end for the penultimate time. (2:47.3) for Smelt. Kingsland still in second place at this stage. 125 to go for the leaders. So Smelt does hold the advantage, but not necessarily by as much at this stage as we might have thought. Qualifying 3 seconds faster than any of the fields. Smelt turns first, Kingsland second, and lane 3's Lucy Cadden the next quickest. But now the City of Leicester swimmer in lane 7, Abby Mitchell, increases her stroke rate as they turn for the final 100. Jessica Cater in lane 1 going well as well, and Madison Emmett in lane 2 trying to hold on to Cater. So Smelt turns for home, 3:55.69. 2 seconds adrift is Kingsland, and Cadden 2 seconds adrift of the Nova athlete herself. And as we come towards the final 30 meters, Jessica Smelt looks favourite for this senior title. Livia Kingsland of Nova secure in second place at the moment and fighting hard to try and get ahead of Smelt in lane 4, but it will be the Repton swimmer Jessica Smelt who takes the senior final from Livia Kingsland with the silver, and third place and the bronze medal goes to Lucy Cadden of Derby XL. There'll just be a short delay until our next final. And when we do come back from this delay, that final will be our first 100-meter backstroke final of the afternoon, the 11-12 years open male final. So we can move on now with our next final then, and here we go. Event 209, the open male 11-12 years 100-meter backstroke final. In lane number 1, representing Nova Centurion, Dante Palmer. Lane 2, from Long Eaton, Joseph Heather. Lane 3, from Repton, Stephen Iankoff. Lane 4, City of Leicester's George Howard. In lane 5, from Nova Centurion, Mark Kirley. In lane number 6, City of Leicester's Mason Trainer. Lane 7 belongs to Nova Centurion's Edward Gregory. And lane 8, from Nottingham Leander, Eli Moodley. The final of the open male 11-12 years 100-meter backstroke. Two lengths of the pool then for these 11 and 12 year athletes. Fastest swimmer George Howard in qualifying, 1:12.73 for the swimmer from the City of Leicester. He'll be looking to try and convert his fastest heat swim into a regional title. And it's Mark Kirley who turns quickest in lane number 5. Only 3/10 ahead of George Howard. Stephen Iankoff in second, and it'll come down to this final 40 meters or so. into the final 20 meters. Neck and neck, but lane 2 coming through. Joseph Heather from Long Eaton looks to be taking this title. Heather gets first, second goes to George Howard, and Mark Kirley of Nova takes third place. Let's move on to our next final, the Open Male 13 years backstroke final. In lane number 1, representing Louth, Henry Mason Smith. Lane 2, from Bassett Law, Noah Dewsnap. Lane 3, Lincoln Vulcans, James Huckle. In lane 4, from South Links, Charlie Bisbee. Lane 5, representing Nova Centurion, Finley Wilkes. In lane 6, from Loughborough, Seth Gardner. Lane 7, representing Lincoln Vulcan, Robbie Duff. Lane number 8, from the city of Leicester, Jackson Crabb. The 13 years Open Male 100 meter backstroke final. So we know all these finals have the fastest athlete in lane number 4. So let's have a look at this one. South Lincolnshire's Charlie Bisbee, 1:12.06 in qualification. Just the 7 athletes swimming in the final then. And at the turn, 35.27 from James Huckle in lane 3 leads the way, but here comes Charlie Bisbee down the second 50. And with 25 meters to go, it's a battle between Bisbee in lane 4 and Huckle in lane number 3. Into the final 15 then, still anybody's. Bisbee in 4, Huckle in 3. Bisbee still fractionally ahead as they pass through the flags. Into the final couple of meters, and Charlie Bisbee wins from James Huckle, with Noah Dewsnap taking the bronze medal. And we move on to the Open Male 14 years 100 meter backstroke final. In lane number 1, representing Repton, Seth Gilson. Lane 2, from the city of Leicester, Harry Lucas. Lane number 3, representing Corby, Lorenzo Thiolan. In lane 4, from Repton, Austin Manley. Lane 5, representing Repton, Dominic Bartoletti. Lane 6, from the city of Leicester, Jack Smith. Lane number 7, representing Bassett Law, Ruben Meadows. Lane 8, from Hinckley, Sebastian Casey. The 14 years Open Male 100 meter backstroke final. So in theory, the winner should come from lane 4, Austin Manley. And already he's out to an early lead after 25 meters, the Repton swimmer. 3 seconds quicker than anybody else in qualifying for this final. And you may kind of think that the battle is on for the minor medals as Austin Manley scythes through the water and goes sub 30 seconds for his first 50. A second, 1.2 seconds quicker than Dominic Bartoletti in lane 5. Austin Manley then into the final 20 meters. Can he break his qualification time of 1 minute? He's wanting to try and go under a minute if he can. It's going to be very, very close. Can he break that 60-second barrier? Yes, he can. 59.66 for Manley. And he's thrilled with that. Dominic Bartoletti in second. And Lorenzo Chowlan takes the bronze medal. Great swim by Austin Manley. Fantastic. Let's move on then to our 15 years final. In lane number 1, representing Northampton, Jack Hurry. Lane number 2, from Derby XL, Jacob Pemberton. Lane 3, representing Repton, Joe Helps. In lane 4, from Corby, Ethan Soppit-Moss. Lane number 5, representing Nova Centurion, Benjamin Tunstall. In lane 6, from Repton, Billy Harding. Lane 7, swimming for Nova Centurion, Harvey J. Alsop. And in lane 8, from Colville, James Hockey. The final of the 15 years open male 100-meter backstroke. So we've seen our first swimmer go under 60 seconds, Austin Manley in 59.66 in the last heat. Ethan Soppit-Moss, the fastest qualifier in this age group, 101.57 in qualifying. How close to that magical 60-second barrier can the Corby swimmer get in lane number 4? And Soppit-Moss out the quickest in that first 50 and matching the time of Austin Manley. Over 50 meters. Can he bring it home? Needs to go 30 seconds or less to break that 60-second barrier, and he's really going for it. 15 meters to go for Ethan Soppit-Moss. No doubt who's going to take the gold. Just depends on what the time might be. 55. May well be just outside. Can he touch that wall under the 60? He can! Another sub 60-second swim. 59.98 for the Corby athlete. Silver medal goes to Jack Hurry in that ever so special lane 1. And Benjamin Tunstall of Nova takes the bronze. On we go to our 16 years backstroke final. In lane number 1, representing Carlton Forum, Zach Silcock. In lane 2, from Nova Centurion, Harrison Clark. Lane 3, representing Repton, Charlie Jeans. Lane 4, from Repton, Martin Iankoff. Lane 5, representing Grantham, Joshua Clark. In lane 6, from Derby XL, Dylan Jameson. Lane 7, from the City of Lincoln Pentaqua, Jensen Hilton. Lane 8, from Kettering, Cole Angel. The final of the 16 years open male 100-meter backstroke. Penultimate final then in the 100 backstroke for the open male swimmers, the 16 years final. Martin Iankov in lane 4 qualified with 1:02.21. Can we see anybody else in this heat go sub 60 as we have done in the previous two? Got to go out in under 30 seconds if you're wanting to challenge that 60-second mark. And 29:04, Iankov has a chance. Martin Iankov powering his way through then with 30 meters or so remaining. He's seen Austin Manley and Ethan Soppit-Moss break the 60-second mark. Can Iankov do the same? It's going to be ever so tight once again, as it was in the previous two heats. Might be just outside this time, though. It is 1:01.03, quicker than his qualifying heat. And he takes gold from Joshua Clark in silver, and Dylan Jameson takes the bronze. Our final then for the open male backstroke, these 17 years and over. Lane 1 from Nottingham, Leander, Laurel Roberts-Burrell. Lane 2 representing Repton, Jude Denning. In lane 3 from Corby, Ethan Randall. Lane 4, Worksop's Jake Franz. In lane 5 from Loughborough University, Alexander Casey. Lane 6 representing Repton, Nathan Morgan. Lane 7 from the City of Leicester, Jacob Mills. Lane 8 representing Repton, Finley Caudle. The 17 and over open male 100 meter backstroke final. So Laurel Roberts-Burrell in lane 1 made this final by way of that swim off that we saw earlier today. We do have two athletes in this particular heat, or this final rather, who have already gone sub 60 seconds in the heats. Jake Franz in lane 4 and Alexander Casey in lane 5. And I'm sure they will want to try and take a little bit more off than they qualified this morning, especially seeing Soppit-Moss and Manley obliterate that 60-second barrier. And 27.7 for Casey in lane 5 will give him a good opportunity. Casey swam 59.88 in the heats. You'd think with that first 50 split he might go a bit quicker than that. Jake Franz looking to stay with him from Worksop in lane number 5 as well. And it's going to be close for the bronze medal, could be coming from lane 6. But let's see how far underneath that 60-second barrier Casey can get. Casey finishes with 57.62, Jake Franz 58.1. Both of them improving on their heat times, and bronze goes to Ethan Randall from Corby. Let's move on to our next set of finals. We start female 11-12 years 200 meter breaststroke final. In lane number 1, representing Melton Mowbray, Milan Merritt. Lane 2 from the City of Leicester, Connie Kyle. Lane 3, Nova Centurions, Naya Vernon. In lane 4 from Derby XL, Ada Morehouse. In lane 5, representing Basset Law, Bronte Easy. Lane 6 from Nova Centurions, Sarah Vasilevska. Lane 7, representing Nova Centurion, Olivia Tagg. Lane number 8 from the City of Leicester, Sophie Lane. The female 11-12 years 200 meter breaststroke final. Away we go then. Chance for me to draw breath a little bit. 4 lengths as opposed to 2 lengths. And we'll see how this develops. Ada Morehouse of Derby XL, quickest, but not by a great deal over 4 other athletes who have qualified with 3:12 points. Notification of disqualification. Event 2:10. Lane number 8 for a technical infraction. That's the 13 years backstroke final for the boys. So approaching the midway point then. Our leaders come from lane 1, Midland and Merritt. Lane number 4, Ada Morehouse. And lane 6, Sarah Vasilevska. Connie Kyle still in touch in lane number 2 as well. And as they turn, it is Merritt and Morehouse, both going under 1 minute 30 for the first 100. And Millen Merritt in lane number 1, pushing the envelope and trying to keep in touch with Ada Morehouse in lane 4. Connie Kyle still going well in lane number 2 as well for the city of Leicester. "50 meters to go though in this first final of the 200 breaststroke. And Ada Morehouse of Derby XL leading the way with 35 meters remaining. Into the final 20 then. It looks like this is going to be Morehouse's title, but look at the battle in lanes 1 and 2. Millen Merritt and Connie Kyle going head to head for that second place, that silver medal. But no doubt about who's going to take the gold. It'll be Ada Morehouse of Derby XL. Touches first. Second comes Connie Kyle, with bronze medal going to Millen Merritt of Melton Mowbray. Let's move on to the 13 years 200 meter breaststroke final. In lane number 1, representing the city of Leicester, Laura Graham Brown. Lane 2, from Derby XL, Connie Bunhiji. Lane 3, representing Nova Centurion, Sean Headley. Lane 4, from Repton, Isabella Parsons-Loads. In lane 5, from Louth, Maisie Matthews. Lane 6, representing Chesterfield, Holly Ralph. In lane 7, from the Leicester Sharks, Roberta Kyle. And lane 8, representing Corby, Melandi Badenhorst. The female 13 years 200 meter breaststroke final. Away we go again then with our 13 years 200 meter breaststroke final. Lane 4's Isabella Parsons-Loads of Repton swam a 2:52.35 in qualifying, quickest in this final. Maisie Matthews in lane number 5, giving Parsons-Loads a run for her money down this first 100. And these two out clear with Holly Ralph in lane 6, the next nearest athlete. So with 100 to go then, Isabella Parsons-Loads will touch first, and she'll hold a 3-second advantage over Maisie Matthews in lane number 5. Sian Headley come back really well in lane 3 on that last 50. And Headley turned in 3rd place ahead of Holly Ralph in lane 6. How much more ground can Headley make up? Well, she's given it a good old go, but still Isabella Parsons-Loads of Repton leading the way from Maisie Matthews of Louth. Let's keep our eye on the clock then. 2:52.35 was what Parsons-Loads qualified with. 2:52.35. And obviously she looks like she's on a mission to try and get inside that if she can. It's going to be very, very tight. It looks like the order for the gold, silver, bronze is set with Parsons-Loads in 1st place, Matthews in 2nd and Headley in 3rd. How close can Isabella Parsons-Loads get to that 2:52.35? She's going to be smashing it out of the water. Under 2:50, maybe even under 2:48. 2:47.96 for Isabella Parsons-Loads. 4.5 seconds quicker than her qualifying time. Maisie Matthews, silver medal, and Sian Headley, the bronze. We move on. Let's move on to the female 14 years 200 meter breaststroke final. In lane number 1, representing Long Eaton, Isabel Plummer. Lane 2, from Nova Centurion, Sasha Zeus. Lane 3, representing Wellingborough, Alice Wallinger. In lane 4, from Repton, Lydia Caudle. Lane 5, representing Repton, Maisie Lee Simpson-Dawson. Lane number 6, from Grantham, Isla Gray. In lane 7, representing Grantham, Isabel Alsop. In lane 8, from Chesterfield, Maisie Wilkes. The final of the female 14 years 200 meter breaststroke. So we've seen some remarkable improvements so far from heats to finals for many of these swimmers. Lydia Caudle, we know, is a fighter, and she's been pretty much in every final she could have been in this weekend, and pretty much smashed it out of the park in every final as well. So Caudle in lane 4. On the sheet here, 7 seconds quicker than her nearest rival. And Caudle turns 0.4 ahead of Simpson-Dawson after the first 50. Into the second 100 they go then. So I can just confirm, Austin Manley in that event that we saw earlier on the 100 backstroke just broke the British junior record with his 100-meter swim, 59.66 for Austin Manley. Incredible scenes as Lydia Caudle continues to go well in this final with 50 meters to go. Coming into the final 30 meters or so then. Lydia Caudle of Repton is going to take the gold. Maisie Lee Simpson-Dawson looks to have the silver sewn up as well. So just the bronze medal to decide as Caudle touches 2:45.4. And that 2:45.4 is 2.4 seconds quicker than her entry time as well. Simpson-Dawson in second, and bronze goes to Alice Wallinger. And we move on. The female 15 years 200-meter breaststroke final in lane number 1. Representing Derby XL, Olivia Pope. In lane number 2, from Nova Centurion, Kayla Godfrey. Lane 3, representing South Lincolnshire, Sigourney Bolton. In lane 4, from Repton, Hannah Kypron. In lane number 5, from the city of Leicester, Sophie Statham-Gill. Lane number 6, representing Nova Centurion, Aurelia Vavrisnovich. In lane 7, representing Repton, Isabella Jones. And lane number 8, representing Nova Centurion, Poppy Westmoreland. The female 15 years 200-meter breaststroke final. So away we go then with the 15 years 200-meter breaststroke final. Hannah Capron of Repton, the fastest qualifier in lane 4. So far, everyone we've seen who have won these events have gone quicker than their qualification time, which is how finals generally should be. Try and work yourself up to better your qualification time if you can. That's always the goal. And Hannah Capron of Repton turning 0.6 behind Sophie Statham-Gill in lane 5, but now the Repton swimmer in lane 4 looks to forge her way in front as they approach the halfway mark. It is Statham-Gill who turns first at halfway. 0.6 of a second in front of Hannah Capron in lane 4. And these two well clear of the field. Statham-Gill trying to extend her lead going down towards the flume end of the pool for the final time in this 15 years 200 meter breaststroke final. And Statham Gill turns with a significant margin, over 2 seconds, 2.2 second advantage for the athlete from the city of Leicester. What can Hannah Capron do about this? 30 meters to go then. Statham Gill in 5, Capron in lane 4. Battle for bronze medal is going on behind them. Vavrisnovic in lane 6, currently holding 3rd place. Can Statham Gill hold on into the final 15? Looking strong is the athlete from the city of Leicester. Sophie Statham Gill is going to touch first, and she's going to beat her entry time, 2:39.63, 5 seconds quicker than her qualification time for Sophie Statham Gill. Hannah Capron in silver, and Aurelia Vavrisnovic of Nova takes the bronze. We now move to the female 16 years 200 meter breaststroke final. In lane number 2, representing Arnold, Libby Bugby. In lane 3, from Louth, Olivia Anstey. Lane 4, representing the city of Leicester, Neve Dunbar. Lane 5, from Nova Centurion, Pippa Hickman. In lane 6, representing the city of Leicester, Kate Andrews. The final of the 16 years 200 meter breaststroke. Penultimate final in this 200 meter breaststroke for the girls. Neve Dunbar and Pippa Hickman only separated by 0.4 of a second in qualifying in lanes 4 and 5. Neve Dunbar being the quicker of the two swimmers in the heats. But Pippa Hickman has gone out to take this one on right from the start. And Hickman turns in a 36.6. 1.2 seconds ahead of Olivia Anstey in lane 3. Nothing really between lanes 3, 4, 5 and 6, with Pippa Hickman still leading the way, but Anstey in 3, Dunbar in 4 and Kate Andrews in 5, all within touching distance of the podium places. So a very good first 100 from Pippa Hickman of Nova. Can she sustain that through the second 100 of this 16 years breaststroke final? .75 meters to go then, and Hickman from Dunbar and Anstey, the 1, 2, 3 at this stage. Hickman and Dunbar getting no end of encouragement from the flume end from their teammates. Great to see the camaraderie in the teams at the end of a long weekend of racing. So as they turn for home, Hickman finds herself 0.8 of a second ahead. In fact, my math is shocking. 1.2 seconds ahead, in fact, of Dunbar. But Dunbar's coming back. 25 meters remaining, and it looks like Dunbar has managed to find a little bit of extra off the final wall. And she now finds herself in the lead of this 16 years 200 meter breaststroke final. Stroke rate has gone through the roof. And Neve Dunbar has timed that absolutely perfectly. Pippa Hickman holding on as Olivia Anstey in lane 3 comes through to try and take silver, but it will be Neve Dunbar of the city of Leicester from Pippa Hickman, with Olivia Anstey of Louth taking the bronze medal. Brilliant racing once again. Next up, we have the female 17 and over 200 meter breaststroke final. In lane number 1, representing the city of Lincoln, Pentaqua, Ellie Parks. Lane 2, from Repton, Mabel Walker. In lane 3, from the city of Leicester, Fatani Kalkani. In lane 4, from Repton, Holly Robinson. Lane 5, Nova Centurions, Kara Fletcher. Lane number 6, representing Derby XL, Pixie Leo Klasicki. In lane 7, from Melton Mowbray, Olivia Crow. And lane 8, swimming for Repton, Eleanor Broughton. The final of the female 17 and over 200 meter breaststroke. Holly Robinson then in lane 4, the class of this field, by 5 seconds in qualifying. Holly clocked a 2:37.6 to book her place in this evening's final. And after the first 50, it will be Robinson who touches first, from Fletcher. And then Kalkani, Walker, and the rest of the field not too far behind. But Holly Robinson already going away. Kira Fletcher managing to stay with her though, coming up to the halfway point of this final 200 meter breaststroke event for the girls. Holly Robinson is going to turn with 1.5 meters, 2 meters advantage over the swimmer from Nova Centurion. Repton first, Nova second, City of Leicester turning third with Fatani Kalkani. And Kira Fletcher not going away from Holly Robinson. Robinson not having it all her own way at the moment. We'll see what either of these swimmers has got going into the final 75 meters. But as the seeding suggests in this final, it is Holly Robinson turning first for home, Kira Fletcher second, and Fatani Kalkani in third place. 2 seconds the difference between Robinson and Fletcher. Just about 3 seconds between Fletcher and Kalkani. And with 25 to go, Fletcher has been there or thereabouts, but just not been able to unlock another gear to get back level with Holly Robinson, but it's going to be a very good swim nevertheless. Still 15 to go, and Fletcher's stroke rate has increased significantly. Robinson looks like she's going to have enough to hold on into the final 7 meters. Holly Robinson of Repton will take the senior title from Kira Fletcher of Nova Centurion, with Fatani Kalkani of the City of Leicester taking the bronze medal. Our next final is the open male 11-12 years 200 meter freestyle. In lane number 1, representing Nottingham Leander, Eli Moodley. Lane 2, from the city of Leicester, George Howard. Lane number 3, from Repton, Stephen Iankoff. In lane 4, representing the city of Leicester, Maxwell Burdett. Lane 5, from Nova Centurion, Edward Gregory. Lane 6, representing Nova Centurion, Mark Kirley. In lane 7, from Nova Centurion, Harry Callahan-Wetton. And lane number 8, representing South Lincolnshire, Francesco Monaco. The open male 11-12 years 200 meter freestyle final. So Maxwell Burdett has gone off fast down the first 25 meters. And as well he might. 6 seconds quickest in qualifying over his compatriots in the 11-12 years age group. And Burdett turns 31.2. Nearly a second ahead of Stephen Iankoff in lane number 3. They approach the midway point then, and it is Maxwell Burdett already with a significant advantage over the field. Turning in second is going to be close between lanes 3 and 6. Iankoff and Kirley touching almost simultaneously. 108.9 for Kirley, 109.0 for Stephen Iankoff. Maxwell Burdett showing how this event is done for the 11 and 12 years swimmers. All of them in this final swimming as 12-year-olds. But Burdett then turns for home. 1:42.1 is his time going into the final 50. So let's put the gold medal around Burdett's neck and have a look back at the battle for silver. And that battle looks like it's going to be won by lane 6's Mark Kirley, who looks to be ahead at the moment of Stephen Iankoff as Maxwell Burdett takes the gold. Mark Kirley in lane 6 looks to be getting the touch for second. And Stephen Iankoff of Repton will take the bronze. Let's move on to the male open 13 years 200 meter freestyle final in lane number 1, representing Lincoln Vulcan, Robbie Duff. Lane number 2 from South Links, Charlie Bisbee. In lane 3 from Nova Centurion, Theo Gillam. Lane number 4, City of Leicester's Jackson Crabb. In lane 5 from Louth, Henry Mason Smith. Lane number 6, representing the city of Leicester, Kai Alijazi. In lane 7, from Repton, Arlo Gilson. In lane 8, representing Derby XL, Tyler Shaw. The male open 13 years, 200 meter freestyle final. So Jackson Crabb of the City of Leicester, 2 minutes 16.9 in his qualifying. He's going to be in lane number 4. Very close over that first 50 between Gillum, Crabb and Mason Smith, all turning in 31 points. And there's not a lot really between any of the swimmers coming up to the first 100 mark. In fact, Louth with lane number 5, Henry Mason Smith, is going to turn feet to the wall first, followed by Crabb and Gillum. Still that battle between lane 3, Theo Gillum, lane 4, Jackson Crabb, and lane 5, Henry Mason Smith, hotting up into the final 55 meters. They turn for home, and it's lanes 4 and 5, Crabb in 4, Mason Smith in 5. And Crabb did turn in front, but Mason Smith fighting hard. 25 to go. Will it be City of Leicester? Will it be Louth? But it looks like Jackson Crabb has got the advantage into the final 12 meters. 2:16.92 was Crabb's entry time. He's going to go under that by a couple of seconds. 2:14.73 for Jackson Crabb to take the gold. Henry Mason Smith the silver and Theo Gillum the bronze. Here we go then with the open male 14 years 200 meter freestyle final in lane 1 from the City of Leicester, Harry Lucas. Swimming for Repton, Seth Gilson. Representing Repton, Dominic Bartoletti. Swimming for Repton, Austin Manley. Representing Bassetlaw, Sam Green. In lane 6 from Derby XL, Eden Saint. In lane 7, swimming for Corby, Lorenzo Chaulan. In lane number 8, from Long Eaton, Finley Bird. The final of the male 14 years 200 meter freestyle. Austin Manley then back in the pool, fresh off breaking that British junior record for the 100 meter backstroke. Let's see what he can do on the 200 freestyle. 2 minutes 0.99 in qualifying. 7 seconds faster than his nearest rival in this age group. Manley does lead, but going well in lane number 6 is Eden Saint of Derby XL. And Manley breathing that way, so he will see Eden Saint in his eye line as they approach the wall. So with 65 meters to go, Manley is in the lead, but not having it all his own way. Eden Saint going very well in lane number 6. Still just about 2 meters behind Austin Manley, and 2 meters equates to a second and a half-ish. Austin Manley would obviously like to get underneath that 2-minute barrier if he can, but on the back of what he's achieved already, that might be a little bit of an ask. As he comes into the final 15 meters. Looks like he's going to be just outside that 2-minute mark, but nevertheless he's going to take another regional title. 2 minutes 1.99 for Manley. Sam Green and Eden Saint touch simultaneously to finish in second place together, 205.65 for the Bassett Law athlete with the Derby XL athlete. And along we go. So the open male 15 years 200 meter freestyle final. In lane 1, representing Northampton, Zachary Jones. In lane number 2, from Repton, Joe Helps. Lane number 3, representing Corby, Ethan Soppit-Moss. In lane 4, from Nova Centurion, Harvey J. Alsop. In lane 5, swimming for Derby XL, Zachary Drayson. Lane number 6, representing Repton, Ruben Hubinger. In lane 7, from Northampton, Jack Hurry. In lane 8, representing Repton, Miles Willits. The open male 15 years, 200 meter freestyle final. Harvey J. Alsop of Nova then, 203.81 in qualifying in lane number 4. He is the athlete to beat in this one. But look how many of the swimmers, all but one swimmer going 29 points on the first 50. And as they come into the wall, still very little separating any of them. Ethan Soppit-Moss, 101.56 in lane 3, the quickest. But 3 other swimmers, lanes 5, 6, and 7, Drayson, Hubinger, and Hurry, all swimming in the 101s as well. Final 50 meters then, and turning first in lane number 6, Ruben Hubinger hits the front with 35 meters to go. Can Hubinger hang on to take the title? Going hard in lanes 4 and 5. Harvey J. Alsop in 4, Zach Drayson in 5, and coming back like a train in lane number 3, we have Ethan Soppit-Moss from Corby. Now hitting the front in lane 4, it's Harvey J. Alsop of Nova. Harvey J. Alsop looks like he's going to get the title, and it could be Corby's. Ethan Soppit-Moss in second, with Zachary Drayson taking the bronze medal. Wow, what a finish. We move on to the open male 16 years 200 meter freestyle final. In lane number 1 from Derby XL, Dylan Jameson. Lane 2, representing Nottingham Leander, Roman Levchenko. In lane 3, from Bassetlaw, Lane Keyworth. In lane 4, swimming for Repton, Harry Milne. In lane 5, from Northampton, Eden Rowe. In lane 6, swimming for Northampton, Jack Bignell. Lane 7, representing Repton, Martin Hankoff. And lane 8, swimming for Worksop, David Bakur. The final of the open male 16 years 200 meter freestyle. Away we go then with this 16 years 200 meter freestyle final. Harry Milne and Eden Rowe both going under 2 minutes to qualify for this 16 years final. So lanes 4 and 5. And Harry Milne turns in a 26.88. That is quick. To get under that 2 minute barrier, you want to really be going that first 100 in around about a 56, 57, so that you can come back in about a 102. And it looks like Harry Milne of Repton may get there comfortably around about that 56, 57 barrier. And in fact, he's going to touch with his feet and 56.41. So on course for that sub 2 minutes, and actually on course to take the title. Body length now between him and the rest of the field, and it could be that the battle is on for the minor medals. Lane 2, Roman Levchenko. Lane 3, Lane Keyworth. Lane number 5, Eden Rowe. Jack Bignell in 6 and Martin Hankoff in 7. Harry Milne still looking very relaxed as he turns for the final time. Milne 1:27.86 then. Gives him 32 seconds to go a 1:59. And he looks smooth, he looks calm. But look at the battle behind him. Lane number 6, Jack Bignell, taking on his teammate Eden Rowe in lane 5. But cruising to victory in lane number 4 is Harry Milne, and he's going to be well under that 2 minute mark. Second silver medal goes to Jack Bignell, who himself goes sub 2 minutes. And Eden Rowe the same for the bronze. We move on to the final 200 meter freestyle event of the evening, the open male 17 and over 200 meter freestyle final. In lane number 1, representing Nova Centurion, Dan Walker. In lane 2, from Nova Centurion, Elliot Sibley. In lane 3, representing the city of Leicester, George Moore. In lane 4, swimming for the city of Leicester, Jacob Mills. In lane 5, from Loughborough University, Sean McCann. In lane 6, representing Repton, Jude Denning. In lane number 7, from Chesterfield, Noah Van Herbeek. And in lane number 8, representing Corby, Ethan Randall. The final of the open male 17 over 200 meter freestyle. Away we go then. the big guns in the pool for this 200-meter freestyle final. Jacob Mills, 156.17. 4 athletes going under 2 minutes to make this final. Moore in 3, Mills in 4, McCann in 5, and Denning in 6. And Jacob Mills turning first, and that spearhead formation looking beautiful in the pool, as it should do in a final. As Jacob Mills hits the midway point, 55.74 for Mills. George Moore and Sean McCann second and third, with lane number 5, Sean McCann, the nearest challenger to Jacob Mills, and he's giving him a good run for his money at this stage as well. Here's the Loughborough University athlete. George Moore in lane 3 as well, going well, but Jacob Mills comfortably in control. Well, I say comfortably in control, if 0.4 of a second can be comfortably in control. Coming down the final 25 meters then, and Sean McCann in lane number 5 now finds himself going ahead of Jacob Mills, and Mills looking to try and fight back. 15 meters to go. McCann with the advantage, Mills fighting hard, but I think with 5 to go, it is going to be Sean McCann of Loughborough University from Jacob Mills. And bronze will go to George Moore of the city of Leicester. We move on to the female 11-12 years 100-meter butterfly final. In lane number 1, representing Repton, Elsie Hatton. In lane 2, from Colville, Chloe Morley. Lane number 3, representing Lincoln Vulcan, Emily Talks. In lane 4, from Nova Centurion, Martha Manson. Lane number 5, representing Bassetlaw, Imogen Howitt. In lane 6, from Nova Centurion, Effie Chapman. Lane 7, swimming for Corby, Philippa Cutmore. In lane 8, representing Nova Centurion, Lucia Fiore. Final of the female 11-12 years 100-meter butterfly. So we come back to the blink and you'll miss it finals. First final in is the 11-12 fly final with Martha Manson of Nova Centurion quickest in qualifying. Manson being challenged though either side of her. Imogen Howitt in lane 5 and Emily Talks in lane 3. And Imogen Howitt of Bassetlaw going very well with 25 to go. But this could still go either way as Imogen Howitt into the final 12 meters. Can Martha Manson or Emily Talks find an answer? I don't think they can. The Bassetlaw swimmer Imogen Howitt is going to take the gold. Manson just the second and Emily Talks the third for Lincoln Vulcans. Next up is the female 13 years 100-meter butterfly final. In lane number 1, representing Derby Phoenix, Rasheen Power. Lane 2 from Leicester Sharks, Olivia Faustman. In 3, swimming for Repton, Isabella Parsons-Loads. Lane 4, Derby XL's Connie Bunhiji. In lane 5, representing Chesterfield, Kyra Winter. In lane 6, from the city of Leicester, Philippa Bodie. Lane number 7, from Belper Marlin, Isla Johnson. In lane 8, from Colville, Megan Blair. The final of the 13 years female 100-meter butterfly. So keep your eyes then, as ever, on lanes 4 and 5. Connie Bunhiji in 4 and Kyra Winter in 5, both swimming 1:10 to make this final. Into the final 25 then, another close run thing with Bunhiji in lane 4, Winter in 5. Going well in 3 is Isabella Parsons-Loads and Kyra Winter not out of things. Lane 6, Philippa Bodie also in contention, but it looks like the winner is going to be lane 4's Connie Bunhiji from Derby XL. Silver will go to Philippa Bodie and Isabella Parsons-Loads takes the bronze. On we go to the 14 years female 100-meter butterfly final. In lane number 1, from the city of Leicester, Chloe Gent. In lane number 2, representing Ripley, Evelyn Connor. In lane 3, from Northampton, Orna Lett. In lane 4, representing Repton, Lydia Cordell. Lane number 5, from the city of Leicester, Janie Finch. In lane 6, swimming for Repton, Olivia McCall. Lane number 7, representing Nova Centurion, Isabella Havalia. And lane number 8, from Chesterfield, Daisy Tatlow Turner. The final of the 14 years female 100-meter butterfly. .50 meters down already, and lane 4 and 5 turning 0.2 of a second away from each other, with Lydia Cordell fractionally ahead of Janie Finch at the turn. Looks like these two are going to contest the title for the 14 years gold medal. Bronze looks like coming from either lane 2, Evelyn Connor, 3, Orna Lett, or 6, Olivia McCall. But Lydia Cordell of Repton now powers away into the lead with 7 meters to go. Cordell from Repton will take the gold from Janie Finch, who will take the silver in a battle for bronze. Looks like it's going the way of Northampton's Orna Lett. We'll just wait for the scoreboard to adjust itself, but I think it will say Cordell gold, Finch silver, and Lett the bronze. On we go then to the female 15 years 100-meter butterfly final. In the lane number 1, representing Grantham, Grace McDonald. Lane 2, from the city of Leicester, Francesca Harrison. Lane 3, Derby Excels, Miley Aram. Lane 4, from Repton, Jasmine Varshes. In lane 5, from Nova Centurion, Lily Rose Carr. Lane number 6, Jessica Oxley from the city of Leicester. Lane number 7, from Repton, Elodie Piercy. And lane number 8, also from Repton, Daisy Dunton. The final of the 15 years female 100-meter butterfly. Referee. So already nearly 50 meters down then in this 15 years butterfly. Yasmin Vargas of Repton, quickest in qualifying, but it's Grace McDonald in lane number 1 who turns, I was going to say first, but actually Elodie Piercy in 7 turns on a 31.06. And Piercy leading the way from that outside lane 7. Can Vargas or any of the rest of the field do anything about the start that Elodie Piercy has made? This is going to be a blanket finish, Corby. Going to go right down to the wire. It looks like Jasmine Varshes is coming through in lane number 4, but it could go to Lily Rose Carr or even to Elodie Piercy. And on the touch it is. Oh, just wait 1 second. I think that scoreboard will adjust itself in a matter of seconds to show us that gold should be going to Jasmine Varshes. Lily Rose Carr with the silver, and Elodie Piercy takes the bronze. On we go then to the 16 years 100-meter butterfly final. In lane number 1, representing Repton, it's Connie Renard. In lane 2, from Nova Centurion, Freya Jones. Lane number 3, from the city of Leicester, Darcy Platts. Lane 4, the city of Leicester's Alyssa Lowe. In lane 5, representing Louth, Olivia Anstey. Lane number 6, from Nova Centurion, Olivia Beard. In lane 7, representing Nova Centurion, Janet Fung. And in lane 8, from Nova Centurion, Jessica Robinson. The final of the female 16 years 100-meter butterfly. So our penultimate butterfly final then this evening. 3 finals to go after this. The 17 and over 100 fly final, and then our 2 junior and senior individual medley events. But let's turn our attention back to this, because the quickest in the pool is Alyssa Lowe in lane 4. And she's trying to take this out as best she can. 30.68, 0.4 of a second slower than Olivia Anstey is Alyssa Lowe. But Alyssa turns well in lane number 4 and now has the lead into the final 25 meters. So Alyssa Lowe takes a commanding lead with 15 to go. Silver medal is being challenged by Olivia Beard in lane number 6. Alyssa Lowe's going to take the gold. Can Olivia Beard of Nova hold on for the silver? It looks like she will. Beard takes silver and Anstey the bronze. Here we go then with the final 100-meter butterfly event of the day, the female 17 years and over final. In lane number 1, representing Louth, Katie Maloney. Lane 2, from Repton, it's Annabelle Crees. In lane 3, swimming for Derby Phoenix, Helen Sharrett. Lane number 4, representing Nova Centurion, Connie Phillips. Lane 5, from Repton, Jessica Smelt. In lane 6, swimming for the City of Lincoln Pentaqua, Alexandra Boulat. In lane 7, from Northampton, Lily Freeman. And lane number 8, representing Nova Centurion, Emily Parkins. The final of the female 17 years and over 100-meter butterfly. So Connie Phillips in lane number 4 has taken this one out. Phillips qualifying fastest, but only by 0.6 of a second over Jessica Smelt. But coming down the final 30 meters, Connie Phillips of Nova looks to assert her dominance. Jessica Smelt still in with a shout. Into the final 15. Connie Phillips hugging that lane rope. It looks like she's going to have enough to hold on, does the Nova Centurion athlete. Jessica Smelt still battling, but it will be Connie Phillips who takes the title from Jessica Smelt, with Repton's, Helen Sharrett in second place, so with Repton's Jessica Smelt taking the bronze. So here we go then with our penultimate final of this session. The open male 11 to 16 years junior 400 meters individual medley final. In lane number 1, from Nova Centurion, Luke Chambers. In lane 2, representing Northampton, Jack Hurry. Lane 3, from South Lincolnshire, Oscar Goldsmith. Lane 4, representing Northampton, Jack Bignell. In lane number 5, from Repton, Austin Manley. Lane 6, representing Nova Centurion, Nicholas Salco Parvola. Lane 7, from the City of Leicester, Jack Smith. And lane number 8, representing Repton, Thomas Townsend. The final of the open male junior 11 to 16 years 400 meters individual medley. Away we go then with our penultimate final here. That man back in the pool again, Austin Manley, but the fastest qualifier, Jack Bignell of Northampton. Love the fact that we finish off with my favorite event of the program, these 400 meters individual medley. I got rather excited during the heats if you were with us, and I'm sure I will do with these two as well. There's Oscar Goldsmith from South Lincolnshire, shows his dominance on the butterfly portion of this final. We know we have some breaststrokers in this event though as well, and we know those guys will come back later on in the third portion of this event. But for now, Oscar Goldsmith out to a body length lead over Jack Hurry in lane 2 and Jack Bignell lane number 4 as they move on to their back. So still as you were to a degree, but Oscar Goldsmith's lead has been reduced by Jack Hurry and Jack Bignell. And indeed, Austin Manley coming back as well. Look out for Nicholas Salco Parvola on the breaststroke. And as they approach the halfway mark, Jack Hurry has used that backstroke to his advantage and has found himself in the lead. But Austin Manley in lane number 5 with some beautiful underwater work is just about level now. And on we go to the breaststroke. Hurry still in the lead. Goldsmith coming back into things now, as is Nicholas Salco Parvola in lane number 6. 5 swimmers across the width of the pool from lanes 2 to lane 6, neck and neck. But Jack Hurry continues to add to his lead. Oscar Goldsmith in second, and it could well be that Nicholas Salco Parvola has now etched his way into third spot. He may even be turning in second at this touch. He does. Salco Parvola, with that breaststroke specialty of his, has managed to claw his way up close to the leader, in fact, who is Jack Hurry in lane 2. And Nicholas Salco Parvola going like an absolute train on this breaststroke leg. And if he continues this, he's going to be finding himself turning for the final 100 freestyle in the lead. But will he have enough cushion between him and the chasing pack to be able to bring this title home? Looking good so far, a fantastic 100 breaststroke from the Nova Centurion athlete. Jack Hurry in second, and lane number 3, Oscar Goldsmith of South Lincolnshire in third place. Jack Bignell in fourth, Austin Manley fifth. But here we go with the freestyle. Salco Parvola does have a cushion, but here come the big guns. Lane number 2, Jack Hurry, almost level once again. Oscar Goldsmith coming back, as is Jack Bignell as well. Austin Manley done ever so well today, has Manley. Maybe a little bit too much for him to make up, and as they turn for home, it will be Salco Parvola, whose feet touched the wall to begin with, but he has definitely had his lead eaten into by Jack Hurry. 35 meters to go, still Salco Parvola of Nova Centurion. Here comes Jack Hurry, Oscar Goldsmith as well, and also Austin Manley has picked the pace up as well. This could be anybody's. Jack Hurry looks like he's just got himself back into the lead with 15 to go. Hurry in lane 2, Salco Parvola in lane 6, but back comes Austin Manley in 5, and Oscar Goldsmith as well. It will be Jack Hurry taking the gold, and silver to Nicholas Salco Parvola, with Austin Manley in third place. Another incredible individual medley. Our final event of this session, if my voice will hold out, is the open male 17 years and over 400 meters individual medley. In lane 1 from Loughborough, James Lake. Lane number 2, representing Repton, Finley Caudle. In lane 3, from the city of Leicester, Luke Stevens. Lane 4, representing Corby, Sam Cook. In lane 5, swimming for Nova Centurion, Elliot Sibley. Lane 6, from Nova Centurion, Joseph Mulligan. In lane number 7, from Nova Centurion, Daniel Walker. And lane number 8, representing the city of Leicester, Daniel Harris. The final of the open males, 17 years and over, 400 meters, individual medley. Referee. And away we go. A long weekend of racing comes to a close. Many of these athletes have found themselves in multiple finals over the weekend. Let's see what they've got left in the tank. Fastest qualifier, Sam Cook of Corby, 4:43, 4 seconds quicker than the rest of the field. And Cook turns first from Stevens and Sibley. Sam Cook looking really, really strong there in lane number 4. Luke Stevens of the city of Leicester going with him, and Elliot Sibley trying to hold on as well. Once again, though, we do have a number of breaststrokers in this particular heat, and their talents will come to the fore as this particular final moves on. Cook from Stevens, Sibley, James Lake and Finley Caudle, the top 5. First 50 of the backstroke down, and Cook adds to his lead, pulling away from Luke Stevens. Finley Caudle now into 3rd place after that first backstroke leg. Sam Cook looking ever so strong in lane 4 for Corby, and you can't really see anybody closing the gap on this 18-year-old in the yellow hats. Midway point then, done and dusted. On to the breaststroke we go. There may be some changes in this one, but there are some significant gaps to close. So expect Sibley in lane number 5 to pull himself into contention on this breaststroke portion. But I'm not sure anybody's going to catch Sam Cook. Battle will definitely be for the minor places. Caudle going very well out in lane number 2, but it's Cook from Stevens, then Finley Caudle, Elliot Sibley, as I mentioned, and I thought he would bring himself back into play on the breaststroke. And Sam Cook maintaining the advantage. Elliot Sibley now almost got himself back into silver medal position with that breaststroke leg. This is Sam Cook's to lose, as it has been all the way through. So Cook will turn for the last 100 in 1st place. Sibley in 2nd. Luke Stevens will turn 3rd, and Caudle in 4th. James Lake out in lane number 1. Joseph Mulligan in 6th, and Walker and Harris battling in lane 7 and 8. But barring an absolute disaster, Samuel Cook of Corby will take the final event of this regional weekend. 4:09.39 with 50 to go for Cook. Sibley still in silver medal position, Caudle in the bronze. Luke Stevens trying to hold on to fourth spot, but here comes Joseph Mulligan. Mulligan now finds himself in fourth, but the gold medal will go to Sam Cook of Corby. Elliot Sibley will take the silver, and Finlay Caudle looks to take the bronze. If he can hold off from Joseph Mulligan in the final few meters, he can. And Corby, that concludes our racing from the East Midlands International Pool in this first weekend of the Swim England East Midlands Regional Championships 2024. Please, if you are still with us, can you give us one final huge round of applause for all our volunteer officials and volunteers in the blue shirts. One final round of applause for all our athletes, coaches and team managers. We will see you at Moorways in a couple of weeks' time for the continuation of this Swim England East Midlands Regional Championships for 2024. Safe journey home. We'll see you soon.